Kat, extra credit made me want to cry. Continue. Listen, I know it's rough right now. Again, just I want you to focus. Like let the Libra full moon guide us forward right now. Recognize and identify what feels like it creates balance within self right now. Building into that even keel approach. And Dada, thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. I know there's a lot of exhaustion right now, Elisa. I already told you guys sleep is a little wonky right now too. It's not necessarily helping. So doing anything that you need to make sure you're resting and recharging right now is going to be helpful as well. Oh my God, you are so on point. Thank you for confirmation, Mary. Kat, the doldrums is exactly how I've been describing it. Thank you for confirmation. Lights coming on after the ray is such a perfect description of this, after the rave is such a perfect description of this moment. I'm so glad that this message or that clarification connected to you, Kat. And I spoke about that in my recent newsletter, which you can find over on my Substack as well, if you'd like to get more information on that. I have a whole Mystic Meditations article that I posted over the weekend that talks a bit about like a lot of the work of coming out of this eclipse cycle. I'm telling you right now, it's harder than being in the eclipse proper. Thank you, Ruby, for those gifts. Looking forward to our reading, dear. And Christina, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to know. I love the weaving analogy. Thank you, Ella. Addie, got to keep moving. Bob Marley, we will be okay. Absolutely, Addie. Tap to claim. Grieving for the life I thought I wanted. Yes, tap to claim, Elisa. Continue to do that work. Honor the feelings, but keep on moving forward. Hi there, Tay. Good to see you, dear. And Chelsea and Cece, thank you for the follow. Pops, thank you for sharing the live. So good to see you, dear. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Lizzie, yes, that's been the last few days. Thank you for confirmation. Addie, some are so concerned about feeling seen. This is a great reading. Well, and you know what's beautiful about it? I got to stress this. You know, one of the things that was so difficult about this eclipse cycle, and it was okay, we were talking about this. If you are someone who needs a lot of external validation, like this eclipse cycle was not going to be great because it's that double force of the Venus in retrograde working with Mercury retrograde, things looking worse than they are, to overly internalizing. That's why we were talking a lot about it during Addie, about the fact that like going through this eclipse cycle, but having compassion for the self and not taking two things too personally. Like that was, I know it was easier said than done, right? And thank you, Dada, for sharing the live. Bridget, yes, we can't see where this goes. It's not a road trip. Tap to claim. I mean, it's you know, it's moving. Like the thing about it is, you know, there's something really important about leading with intention right now, right? And it doesn't require one to know what's around the corner because it's more about the sense of feeling that you're prepared to navigate it if it comes, you know? Lana, thank you for the follow. And thank you. So validating to be here. Thank you so much for being here, Lisa, and being a part of this collective. You're so welcome, Team Asana. I appreciate you as well. Grand Rising Susie. Lara, thank you for the follow. It was the hangman, dear. You're welcome. And Dada, thank you for sharing the live. Addie, thank you for sharing the live. Hi there, Jess. Thank you for the follow. And Empy, thank you for those gifts. Divine, good day, my divine soul. I appreciate and love you abundantly. Thank you, Divine. I appreciate you as well. And thank you for being here and receiving these messages. Susie, hey, also, if you can remember, I go by Susie now. And if not, no worries. No problem, Susie. Happy to respect that. I'll check out the support in the newsletter. Absolutely, Elisa. All right, my friends, as I mentioned, we are going to get started. First person on the list for today is Ruby. If anyone else wants to get on the list right now, list is a perfect time to get on the list. You'll be the fourth person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book a private reading on my site. I've got you angel led for Ruby. I have too many questions. I hope they have answers. We'll do our best here, Ruby, and always so good to see you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I need to change my Ven. No problem, Susie. I'll keep that in mind going forward. And just a reminder, if anyone else wants to get on the list for today, I'll be the fourth person read for. Can I please, and if you are joining us across the other platforms and would like to get on the list as well, all you need to do is send that donation via my tree that has links in it in my bio. Can I please get highest priority messages, please? Angelic guidance, please, for Ruby. Whoop. Okay, thank you. 3. Yep. Thank you. All right, we've got 4 cards here. We're going to read all of them because that's what we do. Wow. This is all pentacle here. You know, it's really interesting because I keep on hearing there needs to be like, I feel like there's a lot of things that you're having to do right now, which is requiring you to be very energetically firm as it relates to what you tolerate. These cards are all pentacles. And I keep on hearing that there's something really important that I see that is occurring right now as it relates to this being an energetic cycle where you're really coming into yourself. And the thing I keep on seeing about this is almost like I see it's requiring you to have to be energetically firm on things. I even want to go so far as to say like firmer than you would typically prefer. You know what I mean? Like this is giving me a lot of this like, you know, like and it feels a lot like having to shake off unsolicited advice is what I'm getting. Like it feels like having to navigate pushy energy, right? Some kind of, and I need to point it out. How can we identify something that feels like it's energetically pushy? And it's interesting too, because these type of messages have been coming through really heavy during this Venus, this combination force of the Venus retrograde with the Mercury retrograde. Polite, like I keep on hearing, courtesy isn't in doing something nice. Courtesy is when you are mindful of what another person has asked. Courtesy is holding another's boundaries as though they were your own. That is courtesy. Courtesy is not being nice. Courtesy is being mindful of another's wishes. And that's why I keep on seeing the guy, like I feel like the angelic guidance is don't confuse nice for courteous. Someone can be nice. Someone can try to be really, 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 really nice as they're pushing your boundaries. As they're being pushy. Someone can be pushy and nice. Those two things exist all the time. And in fact, energy that is being pushy will often be nice and say, why aren't you letting me be nice to you? Right? The guides are saying because it's not nice to us insist, right? If you articulate what you want from someone and they're giving you anything else but the thing you've asked for, doesn't matter if they've got a smile on their face and they say that they're doing it for your benefit. It's not requested. It loses, it's not courteous if it's not requested. If you said to someone, no, thank you, and they insist, they are no longer in the realm of being energetically polite. And so I feel like they're saying to a certain extent, don't let someone confuse that. Don't let someone try to say to you, why are you being so mean? It's not mean to hold your standards, right? And they're actually saying when someone says, why are you being so mean? You say, why are you being so pushy? Right? Like, I feel like that's almost what they're saying. They're saying, make sure that you address the fact that you articulated upon like what you desired, and they're just not being respective of it. Because I keep on hearing the song that that the angels are basically saying, the song you will hear as someone is trying to violate your boundaries is, why are you being so mean? I'm going to say that again because they're saying it's really important. The song you will hear as someone is trying to violate your boundaries is, why are you being so mean? Um, so I want you not to be triggered by that. I don't want you to react to it. They're saying when you say that, all you have to say in exchange is, why aren't you respecting my wishes? Why aren't you respecting my wishes? Um, I want to give you some bottom, and they're saying, like, disbelieve in it. Disbelieve in someone trying to tell you that you are being mean as they're trying to violate your boundaries. Just say, I'm not being mean. You're not respecting my wishes. You're not respecting what we agreed upon. Right? I just keep on seeing it's like, this is what you have to say to a lot of energy right now that is pushing against you. And they're saying, like, the angels are saying, don't give an inch. You can be polite. They keep on saying you can be polite, but you can be unyielding, right? You can say sorry, you feel like that, but it doesn't change anything. It's not about feeling. Bottom of the deck, yeah, I feel like a lot of energy is trying to trigger you right now. It feels like a lot of energy trying to energetically provoke you to make you feel like you are the one being hot-headed. And that's why they keep on saying, don't allow oneself to be triggered. Just recognize and identify and say, it's nothing personal, right? Don't make this personal. I keep on hearing, right? I keep on hearing, stick to what was agreed upon. Like the angels are they're basically saying, don't, like, I know how difficult this may be, but they're saying, like, don't let someone try to use your emotions against you. Don't let someone try to move you into a space that they try to articulate that you're not being, it's like, it's mean of you to hold to something that was mutually agreed upon. I keep on hearing, it's not mean of you to hold to something that was mutually agreed upon. They're saying, write that down. It's never mean of you to hold to something that was mutually agreed upon. It's mean of them to put you in a condition that would make you have to be in that circumstance. So don't get triggered, don't get hostile. I keep on hearing the guides say, stick to the plan. And that's why they're saying, like, do everything you can to put those plans in place to separate something moving into the space of another person trying to make it emotional. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Ruby. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Next person we're reading for today is Bridget. Bridget, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you will be the 3rd person read for. List is nice and short today. If you'd like to get on the list, you'll be read sooner rather than later. 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for on these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in a private reading, and you can book a private reading on my site. Also, for anyone joining us, we are doing a giveaway today. When we get to 50K likes, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 50K in no time. And if anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you will be the 3rd person read for All right, I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was giving that reading. All right, perfect. Thank you as well, Addie. No worries, dear. I relate to this reading. Sending you support as well, Elisa. I remember Joey telling my friends when he'd run into them that I was mean for making him use an attorney to be threatened. I'm sending you so much support. For one of my uncles, again, that this is why I just keep on seeing the same message. It's not mean to stick to what is agreed upon. It's mean for another person to put you in an uncomfortable position. And that's why they keep on saying, they're saying, write it down somewhere so that you can continue to see it. It's not mean to stick to something agreed upon. Why aren't you respecting my boundaries? Tap to claim. Yes, Joe also started wearing, I think. Sending you so much support, Ruby. Again, don't let someone trigger you. Hi there, Bridget. Strange question, but is my divine counterpart in the public eye of some kind? Ugh. I understand, Ruby. Again, the thing about it. I have to stress this. I'm not sure if you saw those cards. They're all pentacles. It feels like someone like trying to make something emotional that is just practical, and that's why they keep on saying stick to the facts. Don't get emotionally. Don't let someone pull you into emotional turmoil over an energetic agreement. All right. Can I please have 2 cards for Bridget, please? 2 cards for Bridget in relationality to that energetic connection. Is that person have some kind of aspect of being in the public? One more, please. You know, it's interesting because I'm getting the sense that they're an extroverted introvert. I'm actually seeing something here that most people would consider them very extroverted, that most people would articulate or identify them as someone who is very like has some kind of like boisterous big public persona, but I'm actually identifying here that really they're very introverted. Like they keep a very small circle. They're not like who they there's something about what they do that they're very I keep on seeing they're very gregarious. Like they're very much they're like people. Like they seem like they always have a lot of people around them. I'm seeing them do something with their hands and being very busy as they engage upon it. But I'm ultimately seeing that truly, that's why I keep on hearing they really value their solitude, because something they do is like something that like requires them to be in a public environment as they do it. Um, Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, especially with this Knight of Cups energy, I just keep on seeing like, I keep on hearing very different outside and inside is what I keep on hearing. You know what I mean? Like I keep on getting the sense that there's like a part of them, they're actually like kind of like a bit of a teetotaler, is what I'm getting. You know what I'm sure you know what that word is? Like someone who like, prefers the quiet things. They don't really like they don't like going out all that much. You know what I mean? Like I keep on seeing that's like this is someone that really values their private time. Um I keep on hearing like they're good with people, but they're actually very like they're almost like it's giving me like a little bit of like hermit energy. You know what I mean? Like I keep on hearing like that's why I keep on hearing extroverted introvert. Thank you so much, Bridget, and thank you for those gifts. All right. As I mentioned, guys, we are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You'll be the next person, the second person read for 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book a private reading on my site. Next person we're reading for today is Susie. Susie, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you would like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you will be the second person read for. I'm going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, my friends, when we get to 50K likes, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen. Hi there, Grace. Thanks from a fellow Grace. My mother-in-law is so triggering and enabling to her children. Oh dear. I'm sending you so much support. Make sure again, make sure that you're staying grounded. Make sure that you're not being triggered. Let your compassion shine through a difficult situation of that way. And Sunshine, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Bridget, my guides have been telling me for the past few years now to get ready to be seen. I mean, the thing about it, like I keep on hearing, there is something about this energy that feels like they're in the limelight in some way, shape, or form. But that's the thing about it. Like I keep on seeing like extroverted introvert, like someone who does something that requires them to be in like a public place is what I'm identifying. There's a lot of people around them every time I read for them, you know? You're so welcome, Gigi. We are a lot of like there. We are a lot alike then. I am the same way. I love that, Bridget. You're so welcome. Thank you, Bridget. Hi there, Tay. What are you whoopsing about? Hi there, Susie. Birthday reading. Oh, bon compleanno. What to expect this year? I've got you, dear. Can I please get highest priority messages, please, for Susie? 4 cards. Highest and actually 5 cards. Thank you for being the first person on the list for today. And Nikki, thank you for getting on the list as well. You will be the next person read for. If anyone else wants to get on the list for today, you'll be the 3rd person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers. I love that. I mean, it's not our lantern fish, but it's a close second. Thank you, Bridget. Okay, Susie, what to expect this year? I think I'm supposed to start my Saturn return soon too. Okay, good to know. All right, can I get 5 cards, please, for Susie? Highest priority messages from Spirit. Yes. Thank you. And 2 more, please. All right. You know, I keep on seeing that there's something, it feels to me like there's something really valuable and important that's happening for you, especially in the course of the next 3 months. I see some kind of new opportunity that is being presented to you. And the thing about it is this might even be a move. You know? I just keep on seeing, I gotta put it this way. I feel like there's almost something here that I see some kind of long-term plan, like something that you had been planning, like further down, like almost like something about like the long-term path work. Like this is saying to me, it's giving me some kind of energy of like a long-term manifestation goal, that there's going to be some kind of opportunity to pull down sooner than you expected. And it's interesting too, because I do feel like it has something to do with that energy surrounding that Saturn return that you mentioned. I feel like the only thing that's like a little bit, and I'm almost saying this to you, um, because it feels like you're going to have to make a decision. And the one thing about the decision that I'm getting is whatever the decision is, it just has to be right for you. You know, like it almost, I almost see you like rushing to move upon some kind of opportunity that you didn't, I keep on seeing that you just did not expect coming through like as quickly as it is. But it almost feels like a breakthrough though, you know? Like it feels sudden, but it feels like a positive surprise. You know what I mean? Like something that you've been working on, might even be a prize I'm getting here, you know? Because I keep on seeing like these are cards that feel indicative of some kind of windfall. But it's not saying to me, it's the kind of windfall that um like I feel like it's something that you have wanted for a while, but it comes in very, very quickly. Like this is saying to me like something changes on a dime, like something that you are just like, that like I have no idea when that's gonna happen. And it's like that suddenly happens today. And I feel like I'm telling you this to like kind of prepare you for it. I mean, it's positive. Like this is actually like a really nice reading to give someone, specifically because it feels so pleasant. It feels like something that um and here's the thing about it that I also see. I feel like the past version of you, like it almost feels like I see you like entering some kind of surrealness because like the past version of you like dreamed about it, and now I almost see you like just like slipping into it like very easily and being like, oh wow, that this feels. But that's the thing about it, like they're saying that it's not like they're saying, remember at that moment it's not an accident. Remember at that moment it's because you've been working on something and you've been putting in that effort. Like it feels a little bit like there's something here that they're saying to me that a lot of that energetic effort that you've been putting in for, I keep on hearing, for years, is going to pay off in a big way. And I feel this happening like sometime within the next 6 months or so. You know what I mean? Like this is like it feels like, and that's what I mean about the and it feels like it almost falls around the same time as the Saturn return, which is why I kind of see you like deciding to like take some kind of leap, because at the same exact moment there's something about like that Saturn return energy that says, if not now, when? Like why not? Bottom of the deck on this reading, this is something coming back around. you know this this feels like something that you tried out for in the past. This feels like something that you applied to and that you were rejected on, you know? Like this feels like something that is returning to you. Um and that's what I meant about the past version of self who like, was working hard on something and feeling frustrated that it was away from you. And now it just feels like instead of reaching for it, it's being energetically offered to you. And that's what I keep on seeing feels surreal in some fashion, because I just identify that there's something here that like I keep on seeing you be like, I can't believe this, because they're saying like I feel like I keep on hearing something about them is like something about you like trying to get something in the past and being outright rejected for it, and now they're like offering it to you. Like that's what I keep on hearing about. Like remembering that there's like, I want you to think about that too. Anything that you apply to this year that you hear a no on, remember and like navigate through it, um gracefully, because they're saying to me, remember, you're like, what is a no today is actually a not yet, you know? Like it's giving me a lot of that energy in just remembering that, and like, you know, being very adaptable, because it does feel like something is returning to you that that you tried for, that now is like, it's like, I keep on hearing it has something to do with where Jupiter is in your chart. So something that used to be like, it's almost saying to me like something that used to be a closed door here is now like just swinging wide open. But it has to do with the fact that like the time, like you have the experience now. You know, you have the know-how. You know, like I keep on hearing like you're the best person for it. Thank you so much, Susie, for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. Um, if you would like to get on the list, I also don't want you settling for anything right now. Like they're saying, stick to your guns, stick to things that are important for you, you know, because I just keep on seeing that there's some kind of big opportunity approaching here. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Susie. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list, you'll be the second person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, Binks in My Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We read here. We do dream interpretation readings. We do past life readings. We do angelic guidance readings. We do highest priority messages from spirit. We also do mediumship. We also do love readings. The only things that we don't read for here, and we also do pet readings. The only things we don't read for here are pregnancy and medical. I'm going to take a few moments to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Next person on the list for today is Nikki. Nikki, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you would like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you'll be the second person read for. All right. Tay, no revenge. I think I needed your message too. Thank you for also being here and receiving these messages, Grace. And thank you for that floating octopus, Bridget. I love it. I know I miss our fish too. I'll be moving soon. You're correct. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is like, but I feel like this is something that you've been like this feels like it changes everything. Like it feels like a breakthrough point. It gives some, I keep on hearing, it gives you some kind of opportunity to build forth in like a whole new way. Thank you for confirmation on the moving I was seeing. Whitney, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Okay, I think they're referencing a new career opportunities. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about it. It feels like some kind of opportunity that you applied for in the past. It feels like something coming back. I've definitely been super sticking to my guns, so that's perfect. Thank you for being here, Susie, and thank you for having that reading with me, and thank you for confirmation on the reading. How are you doing today, Nikki? So good to see you, dear. Can you let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? And if anyone else would like to get on the list right now, you'll be the second person read for. Also, if you're joining us across the other apps and would like to get on the list, you can also get on the list via my tree that has Binks in it in my Lio. You'll be the second person read for. Also, friends, we're at 31.1K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. You're so welcome, Susie. Hi there, Nikki. Good to see you, dear. And thank you for being a subscriber. You'll get 4 cards. For anyone who missed our daily collective, it'll be up later today on the place where we keep the videos. It'll also be up on the place where we keep the photos. It'll also be up as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Substack. Need guidance. Okay, guidance on anything specifically? Are we doing general guidance? I'm just waiting for your message to come through. Career. Oops, I must have gotten filtered. It's okay, dear. It's absolutely okay. All right, can I please get 4 cards, please? Career for Nikki. I've been contemplating making a change. Hi there, Lisa. You'll be the next person on the list for today if you get on the list. 4 cards, please, for Nikki. Highest priority messages from Spirit. All right, I'm going to give you some messages right now. I keep on hearing like there's a sea change that's happening around you. Okay. Um, and I do feel like I see some kind of situation or circumstance wherein like the tenor of something is changing. Like this is feeling to me. Oh, you said it's up further? Hold on a minute. Oh, I see it now. Thank you. Bridget, I really appreciate that. Thank you about that. I want to ask my guides for advice regarding career. I've been contemplating making a change. Yes, I got it, dear. Thank you. Um, they're saying, imagine that there's a sea change that's happening right now. So they're basically saying to me that something that you recognize, some kind of vibe that's shifting, you know, it's not going back to the way that it used to be. You know, I feel like, it's interesting too because I almost see something um that like I keep on hearing like heyday kind of energy, like something that was like a lot more fun. You know what I mean? Like I keep on hearing something used to be fun that's now like a drudgery. Like it almost feels like a situation or circumstance where like the air's gotten sucked out of the room. Um, but that's why they're saying don't don't be too hasty right now. They're actually saying that now you're in a really good like you're in a really good position to begin to explore energetic options is what I keep seeing here. And that's the thing about it. Like they're saying, like, I mean, like I keep on hearing the same message right now, which is it doesn't hurt to look, and this is actually the best time to look because they keep on saying to me, it's giving you the opportunity to be choosy, right? Like they're actually saying like I keep on getting messages like the best time to look for something is when you don't need something because then you can choose it because you like it instead of because you feel like you need it. So I would definitely say that this feels like very much in alignment with what you are identifying. Like now is a good time to um like polish the resume as it were. But they're saying because I keep on hearing it's a luxury to do it. They're saying that the reason that now is a good time is because it's giving you leisure. It's giving you like the gift of now is that the stability that you have allows you to approach some kind of search in a leisurely way. Um, I also see here like it's interesting too because I don't necessarily see you leaving the context of your position entirely. I actually see you taking on some kind of new opportunity and still doing something that you're doing, but just in a different way. You know what I mean? Like they're saying to me, this isn't necessarily a direct change. I'm almost identifying something here that feels more like a shift, which is about you taking on more responsibility or like looking at something in the context of um changing how you approach something, because I almost see a situation about something about where you are some kind of deep desire to continue to work with you in a certain way. It actually feels like there's something here about rebranding yourself or having an expansion point that allows you to take on more opportunities instead of being like focused upon a singular, is what I keep seeing. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, like I feel like it's interesting because they're saying to me that there's something about this. It's not necessarily that you're going to be doing something different. It just says that you're not as committed to a single, like a single entity or a single place, you know? I almost feel like there's something about this that feels like an expansion point because it says to me like you're changing how you're working with others or you're changing how you work. You know, I'm also seeing here some kind of desire to like there might I mean maybe this is just in the air. I see the fact that there might be some kind of move associated with this or some kind of desire to be portable, right? A conversation about doing something in a way that allows for a little bit more flexibility is what I keep on seeing. Because what's interesting about this is I keep on hearing, I don't necessarily see you leaving where you currently are completely, but having some kind of shift in relationality to what you're doing and how you're doing it or how you're working with them. I want to thank you so much. And that's why they're saying, like, one of the things they keep on stressing with these cards is not to be too hasty, right? They're saying like don't feel the need to kind of leap at the first opportunity. They're saying take your time and be intentional because there's something about where you are now that gives you the luxury of not feeling like you have to settle for whatever you find. Thank you so much, Nikki, for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, being Samilayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Next person we are reading for today is Danielle. Danielle, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anyone else would care to get on the list for today, you will be the second person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, being Samilayo. Please keep in mind, there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in a private reading. And you can book a private reading on my site. Also, please remember we do past life readings here, dream interpretation. We also, if you're doing a past life or a dream interpretation and you have information that you'd like to convey to me, I encourage you to either put it in the notes when you send the donation, or if you're a subscriber to our Discord, you can put the information directly in the Discord and I will reference it in our readings. I can also do pet readings as well as angelic guidance, highest priority messages from spirit. Again, the only things I don't read for here are pregnancy and medical. Going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Lisa, thank you for getting on the list as well. If anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you will be the 3rd person read for. Also, when we get to 50K likes, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. All right, I got you, Nikki. I want to ask my guides. Yep, I've got that there. Thank you for that help, Bridget. And thank you, Queen of Swords. Good to see you today. Yes, current job, toxic workplace dynamic, horrible ex I work with has ruined it. And that's why they're saying, like, look, I need to point this out. This is really important, Nikki. Don't let someone push you out of there in a timeline faster than you would. Like, don't let yourself get triggered. Be patient right now, right? Because that's especially what I'm seeing with this energy. Like, work through the discomfort until the new opportunity arrives is what I see. Like, don't be fast, be slow is what I keep seeing, because I keep on seeing that there's a new opportunity on the horizon, but it requires you to like also work through that context of not being triggered, but just allowing like Let focus, channel the frustration into looking for the new opportunity is what I keep seeing. I've been thinking of like moving into a more spiritual life coach space. Thank you for confirmation as well, Nikki. And maybe I can get my ducks in a row. I'm contracted until October, so they can't get rid of me. Well, that's why I keep on hearing the luxury of being able to find something is what I keep on hearing. Like it feels like this is a very comfortable window to be looking for something. Yes, become the boss and kick the ex to another department. I love that per. I wish you could just leave. Sending you so much support, Nikki. Hi there, Tigress. Happy to do a relationship reading for you. And thank you, Lisa. Can and thank you to the previous person that resonated as well. You're so welcome, Tigress. All right. And if anyone else wants to get on the list for today, I'll be the third person read for. All right, we've got Tigress right now. Highest priority messages from Spirit around relationship, please. Whoop. What? Ooh. These came out very quick. I feel like there's I hmm, I feel like there's some kind of resistance here as it relates to some kind of agreed upon change. You know, I'm just identifying something here that, like, you know, I need to stress this. Um, I'm just trying to wrap my head around what I'm seeing here because, like, it feels to me, what's with some kind of hypersensitivity about something, you know? It's giving me like it's giving me it's like there's almost something here that feels a little like it feels a little cagey, you know? It feels a little like unnecessarily. It feels a little bit like I keep on hearing like what is with the what is with the caginess around something, you know? Um I want to I feel like there's something here. You need to clear the air with someone. That's all there is to it. Like this is saying to me that there's some kind of conversation you need to have with someone. Um and it has to do with manifestation goals, you know? Like there is something and I gotta stress this. Um, you know, I wanna the thing that's coming through that we have that needs to be discussed has to do with talking about sensitive subjects, right? Because I see something here that someone has a wound around, right? There's somebody has history. You know what I mean? Like there's a history here on something. And so I see even now it's like a triggering conversation because like there's anxiety. But I have to stress this. When we bring anxiety into the reason we have to work through wounds of trust in past relationships is because the wounds of trust from past relationships that we don't heal, we end up perpetuating in the current ones, right? Like this is how an energetic cycle repeats itself. Like this is how like that's how a cycle perpetuates, right? Like someone hurt me, so then I get cagey, and then I hurt someone else. Like you know what I mean? Like and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um, you know, I keep on seeing the difference between being in a healthy partnership is the ability not to feel like you're moving into making choices together. And that's why I keep on seeing that there's something about this that you need to clear the air on. And I feel like a little bit about it is you have to clear the air upon like the relationships surrounding someone, you know? And I got to express this, even if we have like a complicated relationship um, with someone, like it doesn't broach an inability to talk about it. Like I keep on seeing, like I keep on hearing, like a healthy relationship is not one that has like a no-go energy, like a no like a no touch relationship as it relates to talking about something, you know? And I feel that, I do see someone here that's trying to get better at something. I see, I keep on hearing, I keep on hearing someone say, I'm trying, right? And I keep on, and but it also says to me that there's something about, you know, having like having to explain to someone, and like I gotta stress this. It almost feels like someone who's got a lot of Scorpio placements because it almost feels to me like someone who like is very secretive about something that they don't need to be secretive about. And sometimes when I see like often when I read energy that is like hyper secretive or sensitive about something that they don't need to be, like it's kind of screams Scorpio to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be that complicated. It can just be something that one talks about. But it does feel like you have to hold someone's hand through a process, right? So I want you to think about that as it relates to having a productive conversation. Hold someone's hand. I keep on hearing hold someone's hand through something, right? And I keep on hearing try to hold someone's hand through something. And if they slap your hand away in the process of you trying to help someone through something, then that's all you need to see. Like this is, I keep on seeing, this is having a hard conversation about something that another's vulnerable about. But I keep on hearing like a good relationship is one that can navigate a hard conversation and will be stronger in the process. And I do think that I do see it. It almost feels to me like someone who's a little bit embarrassed about like talking towards their dream or talking about what they aspire and desire. So they might say like you might want to try to encourage or lead that conversation, right? By like being the brave one, like asking those questions, but not doing it in a way that feels not doing it in a way that feels accusatory. I keep on hearing inquisitive, not accusatory. Like have you ever? I keep on hearing like have you ever? Like you know what I mean? Like I keep on hearing the term have you ever coming through. I don't know why I keep on hearing have you ever instead of do you. You know what I mean? Um, Bottom of the deck. Yeah, like this is I told you it feels very I'm getting it feels very Scorpio in here, or maybe even Cancerian, because there's a little bit of this like it feels like unnecessary. Like here's the thing about it: when we're unnecessarily cagey about things that another person is just open about, like it can create like a little bit of a headache because it's like it doesn't have to be that complicated. But sometimes when we're all when we're all like like when we haven't worked something out within ourselves, like we hold on to things much more. Like I feel like you're actually a lot more liberated than another person is almost what I'm getting here. And that's what I keep on seeing. Like I almost see a conversation where you're like let's just talk about it, and then being like, you know what I mean? And what's hard about it is I don't necessarily see the fact that someone's energetically trying to keep something from here. They're just like they're a lot more reserved. They're like a lot more bottled up, you know? And so I feel like it's almost like having like that's what I keep on seeing about, you know, being inquisitive, guiding someone through and silently saying to them over and over again, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. It's okay. I feel like that, you know what I mean? Like you have to like every step of the way, you have to say to them, it's okay. You can trust me, right? Like I almost feel like someone whose like trust was deeply violated as it relates to someone taking some point of intimacy and trying to use it against them in the past. You know what I mean? Like that's why I keep on seeing like I want you to think about how one goes about healing trust. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Danielle. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. I keep on hearing repressed. I keep on hearing the word repressed. Like they're saying, like they're like it's like when someone's repressed, you have to say to them over and over again, it's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for having this reading with me, Danielle. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. They're very uptight. Sorry, like, I mean, like they're just very. It's like I just sent someone who's really high strung. If this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. Um, if you would like to get on the list right now, you will be the second person read for. It's 3 cards for a donation of 22, 28 or more. 4 cards. It's just high strung energy. Four cards for 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, being Samayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Next person we're reading for today is Lisa. Lisa, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you will be the second person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 22 or more 20. Oh, I just said that. Also, we're at for 39.9k likes. When we get to 50k, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen. Totally. Hold on a minute. All right. And thank you for the gifts. Sin does everything. I do my best to do everything. I try to be flexible, Per. Oh, thank you. Yes, one address for all your questions. Thank you, dear. Yes, manifesting with you that he leaves. Oh, I thank you. I appreciate you guys supporting each other in the comments. You're welcome, Nikki. You're so welcome, Tigress. Yep, pet, past life, dream, love. You got it, Bridget. Lucky you. I've never had a general even. Oh, anytime you want, Per. And thank you, Deborah, for sharing the live. Yeah, so much is being brought up between us. Just moved in so big changes. Thank you for confirmation, Tigress. And I feel like that's the thing about it. I feel like there's someone who's had some kind of history. Like this feels to me, I keep on hearing like this feels like someone that was like really energetically violated by someone. You know what I mean? Like there's a hesitancy here because like and that's why I keep on hearing like when I say repressed, it's like someone who's like had to keep something really close to their chest. My Scorpio moon is being attacked right now. It's not, listen, no, you have to understand, Elizabeth, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not all Scorpio. Okay, listen, it's not. I want to stress this. It's not all Scorpios, but some Scorpio, some Cancers are like this too, right? There's a little bit of that, like working through a little bit of that, like I always point out, Scorpios love having secrets, right? And it's working through like the ability of not being secretive when it's something that's okay can sometimes be a challenge for some with Scorpio placements. No offense to any Scorpios here. Thank you so much. You're so welcome, Tigress. Always on point. I do my best, Desi. I've been betrayed my whole life. I'm sending you so much support on that journey, Poodle. I know it's not easy. This resonates. Some are learning the words. I have too many. Continue to do that work as well, Addie. I'm so uptight. But I mean, I need a spa vacation. Oh, sign me up. Bluma, thank you for confirming, dear. I'll confirm that you're on the list too. Just bear with me a moment. If anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you will be the third person read for. Just bear with me a moment. And also, friends, we are at 40.8K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be doing a random drawing and gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. Also, I always appreciate when you guys tap the screen. It helps to push the live out to the community. All right. And Brenda, thank you for getting on the list as well. You'll be read for after Lisa. We've also got 5 spots left for today, 5 spots left. If anyone else wants to secure a spot, you'll be the third person read for. All right, I got you, Lisa. Hey, I need about 3 minutes. That's okay. Take your time. Do you want Bluma to go before you? It's only because you've been so accurate. No, Elizabeth, here's the thing though, Scorpio moons. This is what I love about Scorpio moons. This is my impression of a Scorpio moon. I was kidding. Unless you're into that sort of thing, in which case I am not kidding, and here's my number. Like that's to me like that's like that's Scorpio moons. I love Scorpio moons because Scorpio moons are like we could go darker. You know, I adore them. I adore Scorpio energy. Not all Scorpios, but here I need to point out. I like to point out that Scorpios often come into this experience feeling secretive about everything. And when the Scorpio is in a space of being energetically healed, the secrets that they hold are profound secrets, right? They come into that space of this secret that is revealed, but there's always a deeper secret. So it's like the secret that they hold becomes like the profound secret, and their life becomes like the I always like to point out like the carpet that's rolled out in relationality to them, like making their mystery their reality, right? That's why we love, like that's why we love the Scorpio energy, because it's so intriguing. There's like so many layers to it, right? It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. Scorpios are afraid to reveal their secrets until they realize there are always more secrets to be found, but you only find them in the revealing of the secrets that you're holding, right? All right. Speaking of scorpionic energy, Lisa, I'd love to talk about my shadow. I love it. Catherine, it's not all Scorpios, it's love and Scorpio rising. We look, I'll point out this is my favorite analogy of like a Scorpio. Like, and again, when I was talking to this with like a Scorpio child, which is like the kid who walks in the room and they've got their hand in a fist, and you look at them and you say, "What's in your hand?" And they go, "Nothing." And you go, "No, really, what's in your hand?" And they look at you with all earnestness and go, "There's nothing in my hand." And then you go, "No, really, like show me what's in your hand." And they go, "No, there's nothing in their hand." And like the Scorpio pulls their hand away until next thing you know, you're like chasing after the Scorpio to grab their fist. And then you'll finally grab it and you'll peel their hand back and there'll be nothing in their hand. And the Scorpio will just look you dead in the eye and say, "I told you there was nothing in my hand." Like that. That is why I adore Scorpio energy. Hi there, Brenda. Good to see you, dear. Nikki, I'm a Scorpio moon and I like the excitement of secrets, but I'm horrible at keeping them. I would be curious if you got Sag placements, Nikki. I think it's at Leo. Leos are terrible. Like Leos and Sages are like secret. Great question. Yeah, it's a Leo, man. Leos and Sages were like secret. What secret? I'm a reader, so I always have specific questions. But I love your questions, Lisa. They're always fantastic. A Scorpio moon. Thank you, Catherine. My Scorpio rising did this all the time until I healed. Thank you for confirming, Kat. Here's the Scorpios, just they love intrigue, and it's great. We love it too. It makes things intriguing so long as it's in a healthy space. I'm a Sag. Again, that's the thing. Leos and Sages and secrets. It's like awful. All right. Speaking of secrets, we're going to do a reading right now for Lisa on their shadow. I love this question. I'm living for it. And if anybody else wants to get on the list right now, you'll be the third person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, Binks in my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book a private reading on my site. Can I get 4 cards, please? Lisa, what does Lisa need to know about their shadow right now? Boop, 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 boop. One more. What's Lisa's shadow saying? Lisa's shadow is saying, it is not villainous to not like things. That's what I keep getting. It is not like it is not villainous to not like things. It is not villainous. I keep on saying it is not villainous to be not to be at everyone's beck and call, you know? Like I actually feel like you're going through a period right now. I see you embracing your shadow right now. But it's like it's not like I got to point out like this shadow, like I just want to show you this shadow is not like this is not a heavy shadow, but it feels like it because I keep on seeing that like how do I explain this? I just feel like you've had a lot of energy um making you up like making you have to apologize for not being accessible to them, you know? Like make it make sense. Like this is why I almost feel like there's something about this time that you're embracing your shadow because like they're saying, to a certain extent, I feel like for you right now, embracing your shadow feels a lot like standing up straight. It feels a lot like you saying like respectfully, you can't talk to me that way, you know? Like I keep on hearing like is it embracing your shadow or is it standing up straight? Because I just keep on seeing that there's something about you coming into that space that you're just like you're not worrying so much about upsetting another person. You're not worried so much about another person like calling you a bad word as you if you're in like if you're just doing something that doesn't like please them, you know? And I kind of, here's the thing about it. Like I feel like I see you like cutting off a lot of energy without explanation, but I keep on seeing it's like I see you cutting off conversation because like there's like I keep on hearing is it cutting off conversation or is it you recognizing energetic disrespect? You know, like when I need to point this out. When and this is like I've seen this like before. You know, it's very difficult when we're not being energetically respected. It's a very difficult conversation to have to someone, because when someone isn't coming towards us in a respectful way, um, you know, I keep on seeing, and it's interesting too, because I see like when they're small, I keep on, here's the thing, I keep on seeing your shadow going like this. Like when someone is small, like is what I'm getting. When someone is small, when they're young, then we allow that to be an educational moment, right? I feel like there's something I keep on hearing your shadow say, is saying is just paying attention to whether they're young or not. And the reason that this is coming through in relationality to respect is because they're saying to me that if this isn't a circumstance or situation where someone comes towards you in a way that isn't energetically respectful, you're seeing it as an opportunity to help someone understand why something is not okay. But that's why I keep on seeing that there's a condition. I keep on seeing that there's a condition that you're now putting in relationality to, they're saying to me the size, but what that really indicates is the age of a person, because there's the like the shadows basically saying, remember that if someone's coming towards you full grown, like if someone's coming towards you full grown, if they've been here a while, right? If this isn't their first rodeo, like I keep on hearing, if this isn't their first rodeo, then that's not a learning moment, that's a choice, right? Like that is not you educating them, that is them coming towards you with a lot of intention. And I feel like that is like that to me is one of the things that's happening right now with you and your shadow. It's like it's working through the context of having to do with how others approach you. And that's what's interesting about it, because I see that you're kind of going through a sorting process at this time as it relates to, I keep on seeing educational versus intentional, right? The choice that someone makes when they're, again, when they're more in a space of learning where they don't know better, and you feel that ability to help another person understand something in a better context, while at the same time no longer, like they're saying, you're no longer crossing the streams, you're no longer confusing the circumstances, wherein again you're not allowing like someone who's a fully formed person to come towards you in a way that is improper, and then saying, oh, I have to teach them, because the guides are like your shadow is basically saying, rest assured that if they've been here a while, they know, like you want to hear, they know the difference. They know how to navigate the world of choice. It's not an educational moment. It feels like an education, like an informed decision as it relates to how they navigate a situation or circumstance. So it's interesting because, like, to a certain extent, I almost feel like your shadow is saying it's okay to embrace your cutoff energy. It's okay not to feel like you need to educate everyone, because as long as you feel that another person should already know, like I keep on hearing, like it's the difference between saying, like, and I keep on hearing like what your shadow is basically saying is, who raised you, right? And that's why they're saying who raised you, because they're saying that when you see someone who's younger in that context, you're saying, the shadow is saying, I am raising them, it's my responsibility to guide them forward. That's why your shadow's saying who raised you, because they're saying that they're using that as the condition to identify how to navigate situations. So when someone's in a younger context and you say who raised you, and you raise your hand and say, that's me, it's my responsibility to raise them, then the shadow says, okay, you can let this be an educational opportunity. Whereas again, if someone comes towards you and they're fully grown, and you say who raised you, then you say nobody's raising that energy anymore. They should know better. Like they should know better. They're making choices. They're not learning. That is a choice. It is not a lesson. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, like that is, I feel like this has been a bit of a struggle point between you and your shadow, because I feel like there's like a lot of compassion that you've wanted to put towards older energy, like the ability to identify and recognize the unhealed inner child within another. The thing is, we can't heal the unhealed inner child in another unless they've taken on the responsibility of doing that themselves, right? That's often how we experience those moments. Like when we are trying to heal, and I know, oh, you're going to hate this. You're going to hate this. When we are trying to heal another energy's unhealed inner child, but they haven't taken the responsibility on to do that work, remember that you are building towards their potential, not their reality, right? And I know that's rough. I know that's rough to acknowledge. And I know that's rough to see. And I know it hurts because sometimes we see the energetic solution. We see the unhealed inner child struggling within another. But if another person isn't taking on that burden of work, if another person is not invested in that pathwork of growth, they're always going to make it say, they're always going to be reactive and say, you're trying to change me, right? They're always going to look at it as becoming defensive, because you have to remember that the reason, I keep on hearing, remember, there are situations that unhealed inner children exist within tormented people, right? Like the whole reason, like when we haven't done the work to heal the inner child, our self almost becomes a prison, right? The unhealed inner child is trapped within it. But that's why they say the only way you can engage in doing that work with another is if they voluntarily are committed to doing that work themselves. Because if not, they're the whole reason that the unhealed inner child is trapped within them in the first place. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Lisa. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You will be the second person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers. Thanks to my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. It's so interesting because it's so like your shadow is basically trying to help you learn the lesson that you can't heal everyone. They have to be invested in saving themselves. So I'm sorry, it's a beautiful message that I just wanted to communicate. If this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You will be the second person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers. Things in my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Next person we're reading for today is Brenda. Brenda, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. If anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you'll be the second person read for. Now is a great time to get on the list. Also, a reminder, we are at 46K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We will get to 50K in no time. Also, I always appreciate when you guys tap the screen as it pushes this feed out to those who might also want to receive these messages. Also, if you missed the daily collective read, it will be up later today on the place where we keep the videos. It'll also be up on the place where we keep photos. It'll also be up as a podcast over on my Spot and over on my Substack. Also, if you would like to get on the list today with a gift, the gift of a baby dragon will also get you on the list for a reading. For those who are joining us across the other apps, you can get on the list as well via the tree that has Binks in it in my bio. All right, let me just take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Me and her are cool now. I mean, I see it. Yeah, I mean, like, because again, it's like, it's a very nice shadow. We're working together a lot. I have a feeling we're talking about my students. And that's interesting that you brought up the students because they were saying like that is the condition. They're saying it's not that it's like I keep on seeing you're looking at things now from a case by case basis. It's not just like I keep on seeing like I think in the past we used to have like a policy and now it's like no, it's case by case. Wow, this is very insightful. You're so welcome, Lisa, and thank you for that incredible question. Was it just me or did she freeze? I'm not sure if I froze. Did I freeze for anyone else? Good to see you a little bit. Thank you for confirmation, Bluma. You're so welcome. And thank you as well for receiving these messages, Tigress. Ah, thank you for confirming, dear. Excellent. Yes, Kashan, it's tough thing for me as I'm always wanting to help people get through hardships. I feel it. It's that's the word. Like that's the thing about it. Like when someone's in that space, or we can see the unhealed inner child, they have to be in a space that they're willing to do that work too, or else we're in a space that we're trying to build into their potential. I will communicate perfectly what is needed. I got you, Brenda. All right. So it sounds to me, Brenda, are we doing highest priority messages from Spirit? Just confirming. Have a good day, little bit. Enjoy work. Excellent. Okay, can I please have 3 cards, please? 3 cards for Brenda. What do they need to know? Thank you. You know, I feel like there's some kind of I feel like there's some kind of situation you're navigating that's it's difficult because it has to do with navigating through insecurity and fear. Um, you know, I keep on seeing, I just see some kind of connection where someone cares about you deeply, but they just, it's almost like I see someone like they doubt themselves. Like they doubt their own ability. They doubt their own capacity. They doubt, like I keep on seeing you trying to communicate to someone how much they mean to you. And there's this like refusal for another person to believe it. Um, and I almost keep on hearing someone saying in some way, shape, or form, like I keep on hearing someone say, like, why me? I'm not good enough for you. You know what I mean? Like it's like and so it will be. Like it's like that's the thing, like that's why I get frustrated when I read energy in this way, because it's almost like the type of energy that says I'm not good enough for you, and being like, well, you could be, but you're so like there's so much of that, like it's like the anxiety and the fear and the insecurity, like they like that's the thing about it. Like when we navigate places with insecurity, it's like all that insecurity gets in the way of the healthy energetic connection. you know? And and I see like I feel like it does feel to me like there's almost someone that feels somewhat intimidated by you, you know? Like I almost hear them saying like you have no idea the effect that you have on them. And that's like and that's what's so frustrating because like I see someone that like can't wrap their head around the fact that you're trying to choose them, right? Because I just keep on like and an energy like this, I need to point this out. Um, I almost see someone who has a bit of an old world like opinion as it relates to like navigating the value of the self. Like I almost see someone that is in that some kind of context of feeling like they haven't made the name for themselves that they aspire or desire, or they haven't had the benchmark of success that um, allows them to move towards partnership confidently. But that's why we often have to heal that, because I often like to describe that as a wound, an ambition wound, right? That almost says, I don't have worth until I've proved myself that I'm worthy. But the thing is, we're always worthy. That often we hit these moments where someone cares about us and they're trying to say to us, none of that matters. And it's almost like we can't hear them because we say, but it matters to me, right? And so I'm trying to express this to you because I keep on seeing it feels like someone who has this like extremely complicated relationship with you, which is like it almost feels like I see you as someone who's very successful. I see you as someone who's very well grounded, or they see you in that way. And again, when we are in that path work of comparison, it creates that feeling of energetic competition, or it creates that feeling of like insecurity in ourselves. And I feel like there's something about this here that like it's almost like someone needs to come into their confidence in not feeling that their value is conditional upon what they do or the name that they make for themselves, right? Like the security, I feel like, this is almost giving me a lot of energy of someone who may have had like, you know, very demanding upbringing, or someone trying to like come into the space of like articulating what an energetic standard is. So I'm just saying that to a certain extent because um, if you experience that, like the guides are basically trying to communicate that it's not something that you can change in another. I mean, you can create that context of reassuring them, but I think if anything, like you need someone that has that same level and degree of confidence as you yourself embody and bring into a relationship, right? Because if not, I think that you're gonna like I just keep on seeing a lot of that path work of, you know, and again, remember, just be very wary if someone says or articulates to you some kind of feeling of not being good enough, because I need to point out like when here, like when in this space, we often talk when someone talks about, like when someone talks about themselves in self-deprecating ways, what they're really saying is, I refuse or I'm incapable of changing, right? Like when someone says, you know, you're too good for me, or I'm not worth this, what they're really saying is, I refuse to change. Like that is a choice that they are making. The path work is there. And especially if you're giving them the encouragement and saying, I don't hold these things as important. They need to find that ability. I keep on seeing it's not your responsibility to give another person courage. And I feel like you need someone who can match your energy in that way. You need someone that wants to care, like wants to like excel. They want to prioritize caring about you, not being in the context of matching you, is what I keep hearing, right? Pay attention to the energy that wants to put that force into caring about you and is not looking at it so much as a competition. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, because I keep on seeing, make sure that that energy is secure in relationality to what the manifestation goals are. A healthy relationship is always fortified with a conversation about what a manifestation goal is. And I need to stress this. If there's something here that you're trying to identify, like where a relationship is progressing, and someone is saying that it's not the ideal time, it's never an ideal time to make a change. Like the only time it's ideal to make a change is when we decide to make something uncomfortable. So if this is something where another is like, you know, not being clear as to what it is that they have with you, or what it is that you're building towards, or they're saying that there's something about the moment that isn't, it's not the ideal time, I really want to stress to you that I want you to say to them, when is a good time for us to have this conversation, right? Making sure, because sometimes we meet someone and it's never a good time, right? Sometimes someone's always overwhelmed. Sometimes always someone is always feeling like they're scrambling for purchase. That's why I keep on seeing, like, being able to focus upon, like, saying to another person, like, rest assured, we're going to talk about this again and we're going to talk about it this time, is helping another person understand, like the difference between what their plateau might be in terms of what they seek as an ideal versus what it is that you truly want as a manifestation goal. I want to thank you so much, Bluma, for having that reading with me. And I keep on hearing, like you can put a watch to it. I keep on seeing, like, make sure that you're setting those benchmarks. A healthy relationship, you can at least articulate upon when you can expect something to change into, like, a different manifestation. I keep on hearing, it doesn't ruin a surprise. It builds into clarity, you know? Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Bluma. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You'll be the second person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Mylayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book a private reading on my site. Next person on the list for today is Tate. Tate, so good to see you. Can you let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? And if anyone else would like to get on the list right now, you'll be the second person read for. Also, if you're joining us across the other apps and would like to get on the list, all you need to do is send the donation payment via my tree that has Binks in it in Mylayo. The list is open, Jack, and I'm going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, we've reached 50K. Excellent. Once we get this reading through, we'll be doing that drawing. One moment, please. All right. Thank you, Jolene, for the follow. Thank you for subscribing, Mandy. Thank you for confirmation, Nikki. And thank you, Poodle, for sharing the live. Hannah, Grand Rising, hoping you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for confirmation, Trishina. Hi there, Bluma, and thank you for confirmation on that reading. Thank you for having that reading with me. Carrie, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Wow, projecting not being good enough because of repressed self-rejection. Exactly, Tay. Tap to claim. It's like the self-fulfilling prophecy, you know? Tate, can we read on the energy between Paul and I? A friend that I know has interest. I've got you, dear. Absolutely. But I'm unsure about. No problem. All right. Can I please get 4 cards for Tate? 4 cards for Tate. Highest priority messages from Spirit on Paul, please. Highest priority messages from Spirit on that energy. Come on. Oh, what's going on here? Interesting. All right. Thank you. 2 more. Oh, you've like found someone in like a deep state of change. Like this is saying to me, this is someone who's I keep on this is I keep on hearing there's somebody going through a maturation process. Um this is this is heavy. I would be curious as to when this person's Saturn return was because I just keep on seeing like I just keep on like I keep on hearing someone be like I have to get my act together. You know what I mean? Like this is giving me um I keep on hearing like a recovered people pleaser, like someone who was like and I almost feel like it's almost giving me someone who like went through some kind of energetic burnout on something, you know? Like what did all of that get like what did all that get me? Nothing, you know? Like this is just this is a lot. Um I also keep on hearing something about picking up the pieces, you know? Like there's some betrayal here. Um, you know, I'm picking up something about somebody saying about having a deeper appreciation for a healthy relationship. Um, the one thing that I'd say about seeing someone in this context is I feel like this is going to take time, you know? Like this is it feels like someone who's been um like burned pretty badly. You know, I keep on hearing someone saying things like better not bitter. Like I'm going to get through this. Um but that's why I keep on identifying something here that feels somewhat like an energetic violation to a certain degree because it almost feels like someone who feels like they had the wool pulled out from under them, you know? Like there's just something here. Like I keep on seeing someone shaking their head saying, I could never forgive him after that, you know? Like I keep on hearing them say things like it was just so senseless. Um I mean, the nice thing I'd say, like, I keep on hearing a lot of energy here that says, like, friends first. Like, this is giving me someone, I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like someone who's healing from something where it feels like a situation of someone who had a, I want to describe it as a passion forward relationship, you know, something that was kind of volatile and passionate that never reached a consistency point. Like I see someone who's like, I had to get off that roller coaster. Um, and that's why I'd say with an energy like this, just be prepared to give someone a lot of time, because I keep on seeing this as someone that's learning, like learning to trust again. That's learning what it feels like to be in something that's healthy. And sometimes, like, that's the thing, like sometimes when we're healing and moving into something that's healthy, we get triggered a lot, you know? I see someone that's carrying some trauma with them, but the trauma is, I keep on seeing, like, having to navigate circumstances where they didn't know what was going on, or having to like check up on someone, having to like, you know, constantly keep tabs on someone. I'm seeing, like this is giving me some kind of past relationship where if someone wasn't attentive at every moment, another person used it as an excuse for bad behavior, and so that's why I keep on seeing, it's like I hear someone saying they're trying to heal from not being afraid when there's silence, because there's something about that past relationship where it feels like someone used to punish them with silence, or if they didn't respond quickly enough, someone would do something uncalled for or energetically reactive. Um, but there's a good heart here. There's a heart that's like, I keep on hearing, it's hurting because it's working, right? Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, this is, there's like, I keep on seeing, like I feel like I'm like, I'm picking up somebody who's like, they're trepidatious because whatever they're moving away from wasn't due to a lack of feeling. Like I keep on seeing someone who had an enormity of feeling for another person, but never came into it. Like we've been talking a lot about this in the daily collective reads with like a lot of the chariot energy, which is like when we haven't worked on the ability to self regulate, right? And we have an enormity or intensity of feeling, then what we give another doesn't feel like love. It feels like fear, right? It feels like, it feels unhealthy. And so that's what I keep on seeing right now is someone that was like traumatized from an enormity of feeling for someone, but that feeling, didn't feel like love. It just felt like it was like, like someone who was like I keep on hearing like punishing them because they cared about them. You know what I mean? Like almost like blaming them for the intensity instead of working to create a consistency in an energetic connection. So often I keep on feeling like a lot of the work to be navigated in a relationship in this way. I can almost see someone potentially saying, I'm not ready for a relationship because they're still in that space of healing. Like, and that's why I keep on hearing someone saying friendship first, because I almost feel like whatever this was in the past, there was never a friendship between them. Right? Like that's the thing that I think is so interesting here is almost someone saying like I was never okay with it. We never had that trust. There was passion first, hoping the trust would come, but instead it was like, I keep on hearing dysregulated, the passion gone haywire. I want to thank you so much, Tate, for having that reading with me. And that's why I'd say, like, I would see an energy like this that would be like trepidatious. And it's not due to a lack of desire to be in partnership, but working in the context of not wanting that experience to happen again, if that makes sense. I want to thank you so much, Tate, for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list, you'll be the second person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Malayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book a private reading on my site. We did reach our 50K milestone, so before we continue, I am going to be doing a random drawing and gifting a reading back to the collective. Thank you so much, Lydia, for getting on the list. You'll also be the next person read for after we do the drawing. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through before we begin that drawing, but if you'd like to get on the list right now, you'll be the 3rd person read for. And thank you guys so much for helping us reach our milestone. Your voice is so soothing. I started almost snoozing. Oh, I'm glad that I put you at peace, Susie. Tate, Bridget, tea with Tate. And Moose, thank you for those hearts. All right. Just bear with me a moment. And reading over the comments. Good to see you, Tate. And thank you for having that reading with me. I need to learn from Tate to meet so many different people, right? Tate's got all the people. And thank you as well, Poodle, for sharing the live. Sparky, oh my God, I've been struggling with this connection for months, and you just explained it to a T. Thank you for also being here and receiving these messages, Sparky. Resonating so much. Thank you as well, Ava. Elizabeth, thank you for subscribing, dear. I'm just ready for this Venus retrograde to end. I know. Well, listen, fortunately, Tate, the Mercury retrograde part of it's over, but I'm going to tell you right now, coming out of this eclipse is almost worse than being in it. So I'm going to say the same things that I was saying before. Don't get triggered right now. Don't take things personally. Be patient as it relates to new connections, giving others the benefit of the doubt, but also articulating our needs effectively. And thank you again, Tate, for having that reading with me. It's been too much. Be careful. Exactly. Kashan, that's such a beautiful reading. I feel like I needed to hear this as my mom has been no contact. Kashan, I'm sending you so much support. I know how difficult that is. You're not alone. Okay. Thank you for being here and receiving these messages. I've got a ton of energy around me for sure, but it's really a lot of no's. But here's the thing. That's the thing, Tate. I keep on seeing, like, I feel like you're in that space right now. It's quality, not quantity. You know what I mean? Like you're holding, like, this is also saying to me from your perspective of reading, you're just not settling anymore, and that's why I almost see that there's so much energy around you, because you're like, you're not investing yourself in energy that's not in a space that they want the same things as you. So continue to do that work right now, because I kind of see that, like, you having to, like, maintain that energetic standard, like, to be, I keep on seeing compassionate, but also, like, being firm is also, like, I feel like it is still continuing to do a lot of work in this way. Oh, thank you guys for supporting each other in the comments. That's a really difficult journey, and again, I'm sending so much support to you guys. Yes, I don't want to settle at all. The lessons gained in the retrograde have been valuable. I'm very glad to hear that, Tate. And thank you for being here, and thank you for that reading. And again, as always, wishing you so much support on that journey. All right, my friends, we reached our 50K milestone. So before we continue right now, lots of, I don't know, I didn't know I didn't want that. Well, I keep on seeing you're going through this period of refining the manifestation. And it's like, would you like it on a house? Would you like it with a mouse? Would you like it here and there? And you're like, so we're going to be gifting a reading back to the collective right now. What I'm going to be doing is I am going to be thinking of a number right now between 1 and 48. First person I see that posts the number will get the reading. First person I see, not the first person that posts it. Sometimes I see things in an order different than you guys post them. Nope. No. No. Nope. Nope. Bridget, congratulations. You got our 50K giveaway. We will be doing that again when we get to 100K. Make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 100K in no time. If anyone else would care to get on the list for today, you'll be the third person read for. We have 3 spots left for today, 3 spots left before the list is closed. So if you'd like to secure a reading today, let me know. Lydia, I've already got one of your cards out. If you could let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you'll be the third person read for. You'd like to gift it to Per. Oh, beautiful, Bridget. Thank you so much, dear. That's absolutely wonderful. Per, Bridget would like to gift their reading to you. All right. Thank you so much, Bridget. Okay. And if anyone else would like to get on the list, dear, we're doing a love reading for Lydia. 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards. Thank you, guys. I adore our collective. We've got 4 cards out for you right now, dear. We're going to read all of them because that's what we do. What is this energy from the past? What is this? What is this energy from the past I'm picking up? What is this? Okay, you know what I'm going to say right now. Okay, you know what I'm going to say. All right. I see 2 energies around you right now. I've got one energy here. I'm not sure if they're here already or if they're coming in. That recognizes and identifies, knows what it means to put the work in. Right? This is giving me like this is feeling to me like some kind of like this is like I need to stress this. Clarification comes towards us going forwards, not backwards. And I keep on seeing that there's something coming towards you right now that is going to give you all the clarity and understanding as it relates to something in the past not working. It's going to frustrate you. I want you to just get ready for it. It feels like it's going to upset you. It feels like a lot of this energy that shows you how easy it can be, shows you like no trouble at all. Sometimes when we meet, no trouble at all, it gives us all the clarification of you are asking too much from me. No trouble at all always comes in and gives a lot of clarification in relationality to you want too much from me. And the reason I'm saying this to you right now, especially with Neptune moving into Aries, I want you to understand if you're starting something new, if you're building in the context of some kind of new energetic connection here that's moving in a really positive way, and only at this time someone is coming towards you, trying to articulate that they miss you, I want you to remember. They're saying, remember the time intervening. Remember how much time someone had to fix it with you before you move. Like, because if this hasn't come towards, like, I need to stress this. You know, the difference between someone coming towards us in separation versus someone coming towards us when they see us moving on with someone else is the difference between someone saying, I am committed to doing what is necessary to fix this versus, hey, don't touch my stuff. And I keep on saying, you are not another person's stuff. You are not, this is not like, this is giving me a little bit of like, this is giving me a little bit of nonsense here. This is giving me a little bit of energy that is protective of you, but isn't giving something to you. I keep on hearing, you don't get to do that. You don't get to build an unhealthy energetic connection with someone and then get upset if someone else comes towards them in a legitimate way, you know? Like this is almost like saying to me, it's giving you some kind of clarity, you know? And I need to point this out, like, you know, and I feel like you've got a guide that says, hey, like the song of someone not wanting to put the work into something is, hey, that's mine, right? Like the possessiveness of a situation is often indicative in someone that doesn't show up for us emotionally, but only arrives when they see us moving on because they try to claim some kind of some kind of like like I keep on seeing relationship to us only in the way of identifying us moving forward. It doesn't work like that, you know? I see some kind of you've got some kind of guide here that's saying like it's not romantic when someone does that. It's tragic, right? And I keep on seeing that there's something about a connection that's coming towards you at this time that is going to give you all kinds of clarity and understanding of what it looks like when someone shows up for us. And I keep on seeing, remembering the difference between someone that wants us and someone that shows up for us is that someone who wants us is often conditional upon their own their own preference, right? Like when someone wants us, then it's like it's not it's not mindful of what our needs are, right? Someone who cares about us shows up for us because they put us first, because they prioritize like giving us clarity, because they prioritize what what we desire versus what they desire. And so the guides are saying like pay a lot of attention right now, because if you're working towards something with someone that is showing up for you, and at the time that finally someone is showing up for you, someone that used to want you arrives back into the picture. Remember, I miss you isn't the same thing as I want the same things from with you. Saying, I like stop isn't the same thing as saying I want that with you. And I just want you to be very mindful of that, because this is saying to me that there's some kind of decision that you need to make as it relates to recognizing and identifying the difference between intention, someone that's intentionally trying to build with you, versus someone who desires you. And the guides are saying you can have both. It's not having to choose one or the other, right? But I keep on hearing the energy that chooses you, the energy that's intentional towards you, is never going to make you have to worry about what it is that you're creating with them. While the energy that wants you will always be willing to put you on the shelf until they desire you. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Don't and if this energy comes towards you, like if like there are no coincidences, if this energy suddenly pops up and is singing some kind of healing song at a moment that you're finally moving on, that's not healing. That's not healing. They're saying count the time intervening between the opportunity someone had to heal something with you versus seeing you with someone else and suddenly feeling inspired to try to tell you that they're ready to change. That's not the same thing. And again, an energy that wants what's best for you wouldn't come in and try to destroy a healthy relationship if they see you moving towards it. They would like put into consideration. They would be care even in that moment ask yourself, are they thinking about what you want, or are they just thinking about what they want? Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Lydia. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. We've only got 3 spots left for today, 3 spots left. The next person we're reading for today is Per. Per, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anyone else wants to get on the list right now, you'll be the second person read for. Also, we are at 59K. When we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 100K in no time. Also, when you tap the screen, it encourages the app to push this message out to those who might desire to receive it. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Dawn, I'm afraid I don't do medical readings here, but I'm sending you support on that healing journey. Thank you as well, Susie, for receiving these messages. Thank you as well, Alexandra. I know it was so sweet. Deeply appreciate that gifted reading, Bridget. And I know, Sparky, you guys are a great group of people here today. Thank you, Miss Melissa. I was manifesting that win for you. I love that, Bridget. Hi there, Miranda. Good to see you. This is exactly what I'm going through right now, sending you support on that journey, Kamara. I love when I pop in and it's exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you so much for being here and receiving these messages, Miranda. And Solutions, you're so welcome, dear. All right. Okay, I got you, Per. The bluntest general there is it angel-led or is there blunter energy? I mean, again, angelic readings are pretty blunt. At least when I'm doing them. Angelic readings are pretty blunt. Can I please have 4 cards, please? 4 cards, please. Highest priority messages for Per. Highest priority messages. All right. I love it. 4 cards. I mean, I feel like, you're going through a transformation process. That's what I'm getting. You're going through a transformation process here. And I keep on seeing, I feel like there's a lot of work that you're having to navigate as it relates to working in the context of, like, I have to put, like, it's interesting too, because some of this feels, I mean, I'm gonna put it this way, what I'm seeing here. I feel like a lot of the things that you experienced prior to this are being turned on their head. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just seeing a situation where you're looking at something and being like, wow, I was getting something completely, like, I was getting something completely, like, confused. But I need to stress this. There's something about this journey that you're going through right now that is helping you recognize and identify what feels energetically comfortable to you. And, if you're doing that work, and you're worried, congratulations, because that sense of worry is a calibration point, right? It's working through. I keep on seeing that you're going through an expansion point in understanding and recognizing and identifying the self. And when we're going through a lot of those processes, it can be challenging for us, right? It can be difficult because it's pushing the envelope of ourselves as it relates to finding that comfortability point within, and not looking at like not looking at it so much without. And I feel like a lot of this, like, it's actually saying to me that this like Mercury retrograde, Venus in retrograde right now, it may have felt like there was a bit of foreshadow work that came to the surface, right? Because we whenever I'm seeing something along this right now, um, it can feel very triggering. It can almost feel almost like being energetically provoked to a certain degree, specifically and particularly because I almost see you experiencing something and being like, was that directed towards me? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like that hyper energy around something. But that's why I keep on seeing that, like, a lot of the messages that we were identifying that were coming through in that full moon in Leo are kind of holding towards you, which is, again, everything. Don't take things personally right now. Be energetically compassionate, right? Don't allow oneself to be triggered because, and I keep on seeing, like, this is the message from, like, they're saying, I keep on hearing, when we are secure in ourselves, it's not conditional what another person's intentionality is, right? It's like it's a little bit of that energy that, like, I keep on seeing. It's like the security and the stability point of ourselves is not one that feels like it adjusts or changes as it relates to what we're receiving outside the self. And I keep on seeing that, like, a lot of that work that you're doing right now on your path work is, like, it almost feels like a reorientation, looking at things in a different perspective. Like, and if you're seeing things with, like, different eyes, like, let that be your affirmation, right? Because I keep on seeing that, like, if you're seeing things with different eyes and the only thing you're doing different is finding confidence in yourself as you're navigating through a lot of those hurdles. I feel like there's a lot of the work that your guides are doing to help you trust that comfortability point from within, and from within only. You know what I mean? Like, I keep on hearing a lot of this message is coming towards you as it relates to, like, calibration, and coming into that space of identifying what feels supportive towards your journey versus what feels like it's pushing you too much into a space of uncomfortability. Bottom of the deck on this reading, I keep on hearing, like, the message and the angelic message coming through on this is, you get to decide. You know, you get to decide. Like, you get to decide where that is. You get to decide what feels energetically beneficial to you. You get to decide what feels like it's energetically overreaching. Ultimately, whatever that, like, I keep on seeing, like, a lot of that work that you're doing right now in trusting yourself has to do with identifying and recognizing one's own sense of comfortability. So I don't want you to be anxious in that space. I want you to be secure within it. I want to thank you so much, Per, for having this reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You will be the next person read for. We've got 3 spots left for today, 3 spots left if you would like to secure a spot on the list for today. It is 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Malayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was giving those readings. And just a reminder, if you'd like to get on the list for today, you'll be the next person read for. We're also going to open it up to 1 card readings for subscribers. If you are a subscriber and would like a card pulled, you can go ahead and put your question in the comments. If you would like to become a subscriber, just hit that subscribe button at the bottom of the screen, and you can also be included in our 1 card readings. All right. And just bear with me as I read over some of the comments that came over through as I was reading. Yeah, Angel is no BS. Exactly. We're making t-shirts with I need to stress this as well. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Spot on. Thank you, Solutions. Definitely expanding and making choices from within. Thank you, Ava, for that gift. This was not as scary as I thought. It's a great message. No, it's not going to be like I love to point out, like I always love like angelic messages are usually related to not being like not like I need to point out often angelic messages are related to not facing things with fear. Oh, look at that. I've never seen that before. Thank you. That's really cool. I'm deciding to get the kitty, I think. Oh, purr. I love that. It was so cute. Thank you so much, Purr, for having that reading with me, and thank you, Bridget, for gifting that reading to Purr. I always appreciate when you guys support each other in the live. All right, let's get to it. One card reading for Susie with a message. Ooh, from from a guide from Archangel. Highest party messages, please, from Metatron. Um, did you get a sign from them recently? I feel like this is affirmation. Like that was me. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Don't be so hard on yourself in relationality to the past. I feel like the message is coming through is you're always on time for your own journey. You know, don't get all stressed about missing something. You know, hindsight's 2020. Sometimes we're meant to see things where sometimes like that's the message is coming to. Sometimes we're meant to see things. Like we're always on time, and that includes when we see things that we couldn't see before. Thank you so much, Susie, for being here and receiving these messages. All right, one moment, please. One card on how he's feeling for Ava, please. Whoa! Did you see that? Please hold. I already see what card it is. I want to talk to you. It's like I see something. I want to talk to you. I feel like there's someone like in their head about it though. Do you see? Did you see how wacky this card went? You know, I feel like there's someone having conversations with you in their head, you know? Yeah, because I feel like they're working through the fact that there's something between you and them that was left unsaid, you know? Ugh. Hi, I've got you, Gia. One card from Spirit. One card for Gia from Spirit, please. Highest priority messages, please. You're healing right now. You got listen, your healing is not linear. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. It's not linear, right? Like and if you're having a harder day, like this energy right now, it's really rough. It's not easy. Coming out of this eclipse cycle is sometimes harder than being within it. I want you to say to yourself, my healing is not linear, but it's progressing. Bottom of the deck on this reading, especially as it relates to past connections. You know, I feel like you're healing from some deep karmic wounds. You know, and here's the thing about it. You know, like trauma, the reason we call it trauma is because trauma, it's like we can't get over things. It's like if you could get over trauma, it wouldn't be trauma. It's not about getting over things. It's learning how to live with it. Right? It's having like I want you to think about that. Say like it's not about getting over things. It's learning to live in the presence of it. Thank you so much, Gia, for being here and receiving these messages. Alexandra, one card, please, on that connection. I've got you, dear. I'm going ready? We're going to say it together. You know what I'm going to say? I prioritize energy that prioritizes me. Are they prioritizing you? Or are they saying that you're asking for too much? Right? Like I got to tell you, someone that knows, you know what, here's the thing. What is the song of someone who thinks that who thinks that they're not good enough for us? You're asking for too much. Right? You're not asking for too much for someone that recognizes your energetic value. Bottom of the deck. Healthy energy is not going to require you to lower your expectations. It's not going to make you wait to see if you'll lower them. They're just going to meet them, right? It's like it's giving me like someone that like effectively wants you, but it's like they're not showing up for you. Thank you so much, Alexandra, for being here and receiving these. Like, and I can see someone, like, I don't understand it because I can see someone that like feels deeply that you're their person, but they're just not ready. One card for Elizabeth, absolutely, on relationship. Very much. What's going on with everybody today, man? What's going on, everybody? Like, who do I need to go talk to? It's not in your manifestations are not a negotiation. What you want to manifest with another, it's not a negotiation. They either want the same things as you do or they don't. It's a simple question. And again, I already know the bottom of the deck on this. Yeah. A good relationship can navigate a hard conversation. There's never going to be a question as to what something is or when something is occurring. You might have to have a conversation with someone about timelines, right? Making sure that you're on the same page. And don't do that. Don't wait to have it. First thing, not last thing. Estevan, I've got you, dear. Card on career, please. Just like I keep on hearing, weather the storm right now. Consistency is key. Don't react to volatility. Just be energetically patient on something, right? I keep on hearing weather the storm. Ava, thank you for those gifts. Lucy, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Galactic, thank you for the follow. One card on Sean for Ruby, please. I mean, I keep on seeing someone that's trying to make something as easy as possible. I keep on hearing it's no trouble at all. I don't mind going out of the way. Bottom of the deck. Make sure that you're having conversations as to like manifestation goals and what it is that you're seeking. I keep on seeing here. I feel like there's hesitation. Like there's not hesitation here. I almost see someone that is trying not to rush things, Like I keep on hearing like trying to appreciate like the energy that's in connection with you. Like I keep on hearing someone say it's no trouble at all. Like they don't mind it because I keep on saying there's some kind of flexibility on their part that feels like it's making something easier for them, right? Like I just keep on seeing like it almost feels like someone helping you recognize to help you like raise your energetic standard in terms of identifying and saying to you like I keep on hearing them say no trouble at all because they're trying to say like 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 this is what you're like this is not a difficulty point, it's something that can be worked through. Thank you for confirmation, Andrea. Hold on a moment. Chrissy, one card regarding the connection. Highest priority messages from Spirit, please. I see someone. I feel like was this the same energy I saw that was like job hunting? This feels like someone trying to come up with a new plan or a new direction. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, I don't know why I keep on hearing someone like pounding the pavement. Like working in some way, trying to find some kind of new opportunities. I see someone who's like, there's a lot of ambition that I'm seeing here. Thank you so much, Chrissy. Is he saying he was sending me signs? Yes, that's what I saw, Susie. It was like, hi. It was the two, but here's the thing, like they're saying that the sign to a certain extent has to do in relationality to clarity and seeing something from the past in a new way. And they're saying that you're not seeing that too late. You're seeing it exactly at the time that you're supposed to see it. You know, like that was the message that was coming through on that, Susie. You're so welcome, Ava. Anna, thank you for the follow. Hi there, Angel. I've been wanting a card for a past lover. Angel, I'm happy to draw a card for you, but these are subscriber readings. If you'd like a full reading, you can send the donation. I'll be happy to draw cards for you. Or if you'd like to become a subscriber, I'm happy to pull a card for you today. That's very perceptive. Thank you, Anna. Resonate to the cards. Thank you. You're so welcome, Gia. And thank you, Angel, for the follow. One card general for Addie, please. I feel like there's some beautiful connections that you're making right now. I feel like this is a time where there's new friendships forging. You know what I mean? There's a lot of this, I keep on hearing learning how to trust again. You know, this is like a flourishing time for you. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like I see something here in relationality to making the best out of a difficult situation. You know, like identifying and recognizing what you can change and not being too hard on the self in the process. You know, it keeps on feeling like I feel like it's helping you identify the energy between that always had an excuse versus energy that always finds a reason. Thank you, Addie, for having that reading with me, and thank you for being a subscriber. You're so welcome, Esteban, and thank you for having that reading with me as well. Alexandra, yes, I feel that on priorities. I understand as a result, I'm prioritizing myself too. Yeah, thank you for confirming that reading, Alexandra. Hi there, Anne. Yes, Yeshua is the Son of God and says truth shall set you free. Thank you for that valuable message. All right. Step, hold on a moment. I feel like the universe is telling me he might not be the one, so I'm curious on why. Again, they're saying everything you need to know has to do about not like consistency and manifestation goals right now. I feel like there's something about that, being able to articulate upon what you feel needs to change. I'm hoping the universe will show me if something's off. They're saying it's not about so much about the universe showing you if something's off. They're saying that make sure like the ability to see ahead, the ability to plan ahead is going to give you all of the clarity you need. I keep on hearing the energy that's for you isn't going to be building upon the last minute. And so they're saying if there's something about that, like, you know, identify and say like you need something on it. You're looking for something consistent. You're looking for something that you can you don't have to wait upon, something that you can like plan for is what I keep on hearing. Plan for, not wait on. Oh, my sweet lemons. These are subscriber readings, lemons. So if you'd like to become a subscriber, I'm happy to pull a card for you, dear. Susie, I used to connect to him, but we haven't talked in many years. This is so cool. Thank you for being here and receiving these messages, dear. All right. Lisa, card on relationship, please. Highest priority messages from Spirit. Come on. You're finding your voice. You're clearing your throat chakra. I feel like there's a lot of this here where it's like, and I keep on seeing like, you know, being intentional with how you, like, it's not that you can't be frustrated. Being intentional in your frustration, be like, I'll say it again, right? Like, be like, I'll say it 3 times. That's usually how we can tell. That's usually how we can tell the difference between something coming from our ego and our higher self, which is like, we don't feel that moment to apologize or frustration. We'll be like, I'll tell you again why I'm frustrated. I don't care who hurt. Like, I don't care. Like, I see almost saying like, I don't care who hurt it. Like, it's because it's like, I see you almost saying like, it's meant to be heard. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. I feel like there's some kind of energy that you're embodying. That's like, I said what I said, you know, like I'll say it to them. I'll say it from the rafters, you know, like it's a lot of that type of energy. All right. And that's the thing, like that's what I'm seeing too. I'm feeling like you're in some kind of vibration with someone that like allows you to feel liberated to speak freely. Like, you know what I mean? Like it feels like a heart opening. No problem, Angel. It's okay, sweet. You're so welcome, Addie. I'm so glad that resonates. A card from Miranda on general, please. Wow, this card wants to like very much again, like build those connections right now. Like make those plans. I feel like there's a little bit of this energy. Like I feel double like go back like double check on something right now. The Mercury is going direct, and I feel like that's going to help some kind of lines of communication that may have been spotty previously. Yeah, especially as it relates to like thanking someone for something or articulating the meaning that that something has to you, you know? Like it's giving me a little bit of catching up kind of energy, but like a pot like some kind of like it's almost giving me like a reunion kind of thing. Is it like are you making plans for some kind of reunion? Hi there. How are you doing, Erica? Good to see you. All right, my friends, final call for anyone who is a subscriber who would like a card pulled. Also, if anyone would like a full reading today, we still have availability for a full reading. You'll be the next person read for. Oh, absolutely. One card on work path for Trishina, please. Highest party messages from Spirit, please. I mean, this is saying to me now's a really good time for you to look into work stuff. I see that there's something about you building into like some kind of new opportunity or focusing on work or creating something here. Like this is saying to me there's some kind of work breakthrough on the horizon. Yeah, don't take things personally right now. Be productive through something. Like you not I keep on seeing like I almost feel like you taking something on the chin, you not being reactive to another person doing something uncalled for, it's not going unnoticed. Like they're saying to me even now, like something about your patience and perseverance is going to pay off. All right. And thank you for having that reading with me, dear. Trishina. Hi, one card for Grace. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're having a beautiful day. One card for Grace. Highest party messages from Spirit, please. Go for it. What are you waiting for? Take the lead. Take the initiative. You know, follow your intuition today. Yeah, especially as it relates to making a decision. You know, like Mercury's gone direct. Go ahead and make those plans. Is what I see. No, I'm just broke up with my boyfriend and taking it day by day. Continue to do so, Miranda. Sending you so much support on that journey. Evan, Evan, I get on Spirit Led, please. Am I reading that correctly, Erica? Just confirm. Oh, can I? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Erica. Can I get a Spirit Led, please, for Erica? Productive, like, I feel like now is a really good time to do some journaling. Now is a good time to like write down your manifestation goals as it relates to what it is that you're building towards right now. I keep on describing this as incubation energy. So just focus on like what it is that you're trying to create and be optimistic in that. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Don't allow yourself to be triggered. When every time you feel energetically triggered right now or you start worrying about the worst, I want you to write down the best. I want you to come into that context of I keep on hearing everything is salvageable. Just because things don't look great right now, like it's not going I keep on hearing it's not going to be this way forever. You just need to be patient. So I want you to kind of like build that plan. Yeah. Like don't don't dwell on things, just be active and build those plans. One card on career for Denise, please. One card on career for Denise. That is way more than one card. I'm going to look at all of them because that's what we do. I'm going to say it again. Don't get triggered. And again, you kind of like you have to set a bar here. Don't get pulled into another person's argumentation. You have to be neutral. You have to say like you don't care. You don't care who started it. You don't get invested in the you don't get invested in the rumors. Rise above it. Like I almost see you being like like I almost see you having to say to another like I'm not gonna like respectfully I'm not gonna engage in this conversation. I don't think it's appropriate kind of thing. You know? Yeah. You don't owe everyone a conversation, right? Like it almost feels like you having to like step away from some kind of rumor mill, you know, being like, this is I don't think that this is productive. I don't feel comfortable talking about it kind of thing. You're welcome, dear. You're welcome, Trishina. Thank you, Grace. Jenny, what does the divine want to tell me about my twin flame union? I'm not a big fan of utilizing that word twin flame union here, but I will tell you the nature of that connection. Can I get a card, please? A card, please, for genuine in relationality to that energetic connection. What do they need to know? I mean, you know, I feel like there's an intensity of direct of there's an intensity here, but what's needed is clarity as it relates to direction, focusing on whether you guys have the same manifestation goals. Um, I want to give you some bottom of the deck on this. Yeah, it feels like I'm getting here. It feels like a tug of war, you know? Like I feel like there's a lot of intensity between you and another person, but you want very different things. So I really want you to kind of like reorient yourself if you're experiencing that by saying, you know, I prioritize energy that wants the same things as me because you don't want to necessarily feel, you know, you shouldn't, I keep on hearing a healthy relationship shouldn't feel like you have to compromise your manifestation goals in order to move closer towards it. Thank you for having that reading with me, Genuine, and thank you so much for being a subscriber. Chrissy, thank you for sharing the live. Heather, yes, the list is open and you're the next person on it. You're so welcome, Denise. And if anyone else wants to get on the list right now, we've got 2 spots left for today, 2 spots yet left. Wow, I've been writing so much lately. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you for confirming that reading, Erica. I'm not exhausted, Billy. Thank you, though, for the concern. How are you doing today, Kimmy? You're so welcome, Genuine. You're so welcome, Chrissy. All right, I'm looking for Heather. You've already got 1 card out. Can you let me know if we're doing a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? Ella, I've got you, dear. Oh my goodness, are you kidding? Okay, absolutely. Well, we're going to be doing, I've got Heather's card out here, so we'll do Heather's reading and then I'll draw that card for you, Ella. Sending you so much support on that, though. All right. Can I please get 3 more cards for Heather around love, please? 3 more cards for Heather around love. Thank you so much. If anyone else would like to get on the list for today, the list is open. You will be the second person read for. Also, we've got 2 spots left for today. 2 spots left. If you'd like to get on the list. And also, when we get to 100K likes, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. I feel like there's something around you that needs clarification as it relates to where it's going. I keep on hearing there's a lot of Neptune and there's a lot of Neptune messages that I'm getting around this reading right now, Heather, which is don't confuse emotions for directions. Don't confuse a depth of emotionality for direction, right? Someone telling us that we have a lot of meaning, someone telling us that they care about us a great deal doesn't necessarily mean that they want the same things as us. Someone articulating that they miss us isn't the same thing as someone who says that they're ready to do the work to build with us. And I keep on seeing that this is like, I do feel like there's something here that feels like energetically bittersweet. And there is something, I gotta stress this. I do feel like there's something here that can come into the context of having a productive conversation. But I keep on hearing a productive conversation is one that is mindful of a couple of really important rules. And one is, you know, the past. The past is a reference point. It's not an armory, you know? Like this is giving me like I keep on seeing like this is why we don't get reactive because like I keep on seeing that you and another person could chicken and egg something until the cows come home. It's not about who started it. It's about not it's about not like it's about not matching energy. It's about raising the energetic standard. And I feel like I keep on seeing something here that I mean the nice thing about it is I feel like there's something really beautiful and productive that is taking shape around you right now because they're saying pay attention to the difference between something that is showing signs of progress. You can't miss progress. Like progress, like I see something here and I keep on hearing, remember that an apology is a plan, right? An apology is a plan. Sorry is not a plan. Like a true apology is someone who takes accountability for something that they've done and then is able to put the affirmation in terms of what they're going to do going forward to change something here. Um, and I keep seeing, I feel like there's something about this that's requiring some big decisions. It's requiring some big changes. I also see like it's interesting because I know you asked for love, but it does feel to me, is there travel here? Is there something here with you and another person that have to do with some logistics that need to be navigated? Because, I almost see some kind of situation here that's not ideal, but can become ideal in time, you know? Like something about an adaptability point as it relates to another person being willing to make some changes to make something energetically easier. Um, you know, this is this is this is intense, you know? Like this is feeling to me like I keep on getting like this is some kind of energy that feels like they're very invested in you. This is some kind of energy. I mean, I feel like there might be some history here, but I also see someone that you know, like once like really, really wants to have some kind of productive conversation. But that's why I feel like there's something really important to be navigated right now as it relates to whatever this past is that I see here that someone still has some kind of wounds on because what they're really saying to me is and then sometimes we have to have those like hard moments with ourselves. If there's something between you and another person and they're trying to come back towards you, but this is not something that you can heal from. If this feels like something that is not something that you can let go of, make sure that you're setting reasonable, like having reasonable conversations as it relates to what you're available for versus what is not possible. Because, like, I do have, like, this feels to me like This is like a very invested energy. This is feeling like someone that um, wants to move towards you in a big way. And I see someone that's like very invested in making some kind of changes to make something easier. But I almost feel like the trepidation point on something has to do with navigating your own feelings of hesitation or healing from some wounds of the past in a big way. I want you to remember, like the past, don't let don't let the past shape this future here. Don't let the wounds of the past like mar what's happening in the moment. Especially especially if someone is putting their words to their action, especially if someone is trying to deliver on some kind of energetic promise, you know? Like I see like because I just keep on seeing in some kind of very deep energetic emotional commitment that's picking up steam now, and that only feels like it's increasing within the next 5 to 8 months. I do want to give you some bottom of the deck information, something to keep in mind going forward. You know, this is the hurdle around whatever this new opportunity is. I keep on seeing that, um, you know, I'm not sure why, but it feels like there's a little bit of anxiety in relationality to navigating energy around a connection, is what I'm seeing. Like, are these wounds of trust from the past, or working through some kind of feeling of uncertainty here? I need, and this is why I keep on, and that the big message, I got to say this, and that's the only thing I'm like, I'm very the only thing I'm like, I want to stress about this is, you know, the overarching message that's coming through on this reading, Heather, is don't let the past, don't let don't let the past inform the future. Because I got to stress this, right? The only thing worse, the only thing worse than having our trust violated in the past is when we carry those trust wounds into a future connection, right? Because that's that moment, like I keep on saying, like that is like the blade that someone sticks in us, that then we then wield to everyone before us, right? Remember, a healthy energetic connection is not going to demand trust from you. They're going to recognize that trust is earned. Trust takes time. They're not going to try to rush that process. And I'm saying this in two different modalities because I've got two different things happening around you. And one, and the reason I'm saying that is if there's something here that's healing, but there's a painful past here, you have to reconcile whether you can actually get over whatever that is. And the best way that you can identify that, the way we can identify that is if there's a trust wound and we want to heal with someone, but there's nothing within our set, like there's nothing that they can do to fix that, then we have to be honest about how we feel, because it's never correct to move into a partnership being energetically bitter about a past that we can't let go of, right? It's like I keep on hearing like connections like that are doomed from the start. But if this is a new energetic connection, I don't want you carrying those wounds of the past into the experience of the now, because it's the same message on both frequencies. It's saying to me that the work that has to be happen right now is learning how to trust again. It's learning it's learning, it's real, and doing that hard work in navigating what is what can be healed versus what can't be let go of. And so they're saying make sure that you're having those honest communications, and make sure that you're being honest with yourself in relationality to like the trust that you like what feels recoverable versus what feels like it's an impasse point. We have I it's hard when I see energy like this, because sometimes, like, I need to point this out. This is why sometimes a violation of trust is so painful, because we wish that there was something another could do to earn our trust back, but we understand that it's just not within us to forgive some things. And the guides are saying that's okay too. The most important thing to identify is being honest with yourself as to what it is you feel that you can honestly reconcile, right? Because even if, and again, this might even be something like I'm almost seeing a situation here that you might want to get some outside support for. Because if there's a situation that you're trying to heal with someone, but you can't let go of something, you're basically saying that something is not in your power to let go of. That could be something that you could get help with. So that might be a route here that might help bring into a point of easement if there's something that you want to heal with someone, but you're having a hard time of letting go of something from the past. Thank you so much, Heather, for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list, you'll be the next person read for. I've got 2 spots left for today, 2 spots left, 3 cards for a donation of 28 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 22 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Mylayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Final call too as well for any of my subscribers who have not had a card pulled today. If you are a subscriber and would like to have a card pulled, just put your question in the comments. And I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was giving that reading. All right. Hi there, Ella. I've got you, dear. Hi there, Kimmy. Good to see you, Genuine. I'm doing good, just trying to manage some anxieties because I have an anxious attachment style. I know. Listen, coming out of this eclipse right now, it's not great for those with anxiety issues. I want you just moving that into excitement and make sure that you're hydrating. Whitney, thank you for extending your subscription. Healing Daily, tap to claim, Kimmy. We love that. I am still doing 1 cards for subscribers, Yaz. Hi there, Shy. How are you doing? Yes, I have wounds of trust. Thank you, T, the follow. Lean into it slowly. I keep on hearing, remember, healthy energy is going to build trust with you. They're not going to demand it. It's one with history. So again, be realistic in relationality to what you feel you can heal. Potentially even look at getting some support to help navigate something that's hard to get over. This resonates for me also. Thank you, Susie. Heather, if you'd like a recording of this reading, if you email me at gracestrega@g and the mail.com, you can, for an additional donation of 20, just give me today's date and I'll be happy to make you a recording and send it directly to your email. And that goes for anyone else who would like a recording of their reading today. Really great messages today. You're so welcome, Alexandra. And Whitney, thank you for subscribing. All right, I've got Ella, please. All right, what's going on? Are they lost? They're not gone. I keep on seeing they're still there somewhere. This would be confirmation and keep on looking. But don't get too hard, like don't get too hard on yourself. I keep on hearing they're gonna show up eventually. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, here's the thing about you might just like I keep on seeing that there's something about the time it might take. You might just want to rewrite. Like there's something about this here that, like, because I keep on seeing, it's almost like saying to me, you start to rewrite, you find them, and then you're able to combine them, is what I keep getting. So don't get too hard on yourself. Like I keep on seeing, don't, I keep on hearing they're gonna show up, but in the meantime, just move. Don't get frustrated. Just move through it, if that makes sense, Ella. Thank you so much. Because there's something about it. Like there's something about you. There's something I keep on hearing. There's something about a rewrite that opens something up that you didn't consider before. Is what I keep on seeing. You're very welcome. Oh, sorry, Per. That was a reading for Ella, who's joining us over in the place where we keep the videos. So they were asking about something that's lost. And Whitney, thank you for subscribing. You're so welcome, Heather. All right, final call right now for anyone who would like a full reading. I've got 2 spots left for today. If anyone else wants to get on the list, also for any of my subscribers who would like a card pulled, who have not had a card pulled today. If you are a subscriber who has not had a card today, you can go ahead and put your question in the comments. I'll be happy to pull a card for you. Just a reminder, if you missed the daily collective read, it will be up later today on the place where we keep the videos. It'll also be up on the place where we keep the photos. It'll also be up as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Substack. If you also, I want to let you guys know that we are going to be, if you just became a subscriber here today, thank you. Thank you for joining the collective. I would encourage you to head over to our subscriber only Discord channel. I got you, Whitney. Whitney, going through a breakup, sending you so much support on that journey. Highest priority messages from Spirit, please. What does Whitney need to know right now? I don't want you to be reactive right now. I want you to be patient. I keep on seeing rest. I keep on hearing rest. Give something a pause point. Oh, just honor how you feel and allow this to be a moment. I keep on hearing honor, rest. Bottom of the deck. I feel like, again, they're saying if you've done the work to clarify to someone what it is that they need to bring forth as it relates to a healthy energetic connection, your mantra going forward right now is, I prioritize energy that prioritizes me. I prioritize energy that wants the same things as me. If you're feeling unstable during this right now, I want you to keep on reaffirming that mantra to yourself. I prioritize energy that prioritizes me. I prioritize energy that wants the same things as me. I want you to write that down. I want you to refer to it. I want you to help you ground right now. And I want you to kind of rest on that. Okay. Thank you so much, Whitney, for having that reading with me and sending you so much support on that journey. Got you, Yaz. 1 card, please, about relationship. Want to date, but fear trusting as well. Just went through a breakup as well. Sending you support as well, Yaz. Highest priority messages from Spirit. Be patient with yourself. Don't rush through processes right now. I keep on seeing, I want you to say to yourself, your manifestation right now is, I am always on time. What's for you is ahead of you. I feel like there's a little bit of this work that is being able to, I keep on seeing energy that matches the same amount of effort that you're trying to put into something. I keep on hearing reciprocal is easy, or reciprocal is balanced. Reciprocal doesn't require you to continue to put more and more and more in, and receiving less and less and less. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Consistent. I keep on hearing your mantra right now to heal through that is consistent energy. Relationship that is consistent, that clarity in terms of being able to know what to expect. It's not too much to ask, right? I keep on hearing being in a healthy relationship doesn't require you to constantly feel like you're on the clock waiting for another person to tell you when they're available. The clarity we give each other in terms of what to expect is the hallmark of a healthy relationship. Remember, it's a ship because we stand on it and we're able to see what's around the corner, right? Thank you so much, Yaz, for having that reading with me. It's not too much to ask for. I keep on hearing. It's like, you know, for someone who wants to keep us at bated breath, you know, you're asking for too much is the song we'll hear, is what I keep hearing. Thank you guys for supporting each other in the live and sending you guys support on these journeys. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Final call for any of my subscribers who have not had a card pulled today. If you'd like a card pulled, just a reminder, you're so welcome. Always, always just resonates. I'm so glad and sending you so much support on that journey. Thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Just a reminder, if you became a subscriber today, welcome. I would encourage you to head over to our subscriber-only Discord channel that is available to you as a subscriber. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the collective. You'll also find in the perks section of our Discord a very special coupon code that will give you an additional discount to our Tarot Church class subscription. Now is a great time to join if you'd like to become a part of that tarot class program. Our next class will be held on Wednesday, April 16th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Hanged Man. If now is a great time to join, because if you become a monthly subscriber, you'll have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library. So now's a great time to be able to bone up. You don't have to catch up. I'll do my best to give you guys clarification on what we've studied thus far. And if you become a founding member, you'll have access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library. You'll also have the option of having a complimentary mentorship class with me. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. You're so welcome, Per and Bridget. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Huge thank you to my followers, old and new. Thank you for spending your afternoon with me. Huge thank you to my subscribers. Your ongoing support means the absolute world to me. And the biggest thank you to my mods. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another. And we'll do this again tomorrow. I will be back on tomorrow at 8 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you would like to be notified as to when I've gone live, you can head over to my profile. There's a bell there. Activating that bell will turn on notifications. Also, sometimes this app does not like to push out when I'm on live. So if you register directly for the event, you can also make sure that you'll be notified. I'd also like to encourage you to make sure that you follow me across the other social channels. Please do so via my Linktree, as I recognize that there's a lot of other accounts that pretend to be me, and that's the best way to make sure that you're actually following me. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.